Registered Division 2 drivers at the moment are here, so really glad that everyone can turn up. And Hassi around the 2.8 mile, 4.6 kilometre circuit. Tyre strategy 9 laps, mediums 16, hards 22. The fastest racing lap was a 1:18.441 set by Daniel Ricciardo back in 2018 with a medium chance of a safety car.
As we know, medium tires, not a horrible strategy around here. Recent testing taught us that well.
Yeah, mediums to hards, it's actually an easy one-stop, believe it or not. I see Xanax Josh there retiring, back after serving his race ban, as well as a qualifying ban for today. He's probably not going to like it, but I'm pretty sure we're all going to enjoy watching it.
Well, of course, he's a really nice driver. I think he has really nice skill, good pace. He's shown it in Australia. A little bit different off track, but I'm glad to have him here as a racer again for the Spanish Grand Prix. Also, another driver out is Ellie on the soft tires, as well as steered by Gaming and Avalanche. Yeah, Holland's the only one on the mediums so far.
Is that Infinity? Oh, yep. So some of the Div 2 drivers here tonight do have not commentators, what they called engineers. We've got people engineering for them. There's a racing point around, that was Avalanche. He's gone for a spin in the second sector at turn 8.
Interesting.
Oh, he's lost all of his front wing. I think that's the kind of corner, I don't know what his traction setting is, but very easily done getting on the power way too early. It will spit your car around into the opposite barrier. Yeah, I'm going to ride on board with Collins.
He's currently just coming down to the fast right-hander. So far, a pretty good lap. If he can get a good lap on these medium tires, he'll be set pretty well for the race. Second gear over there. Pretty tricky corner. The hairpin in the first sector. As well as the chicane, you can lose the rear easily like that. Also, another really fun corner is on this one, which is almost flat out. Just small loop of the throttle. Another hairpin right here. It's a really corner-based track, this one, with a really long straight. A lot of dirty air to be gained in the race, but yes.
Yeah, again, with Spain, it's not like it's a short run down to turn 1. You can easily get into the draft of someone and then probably gain... I don't know, I'd say whoever qualifies here...
Okay, so the banker time is a 117.7.
On board with...
Next person on the line is Ellie, 120.6.
It's okay. Third by Gaming, I believe, will be the next car to cross the line.
He's going around the last corner now. So we flat out that corner in the drive. And so 120.1 jumps Ellie.
I reckon you would have made a mistake on that lap.
Yeah, most of them probably made a mistake. Either that or Collins put a really nice lap on the medium tires.
I believe Dylan will be the next car to set a time.
Yeah, he's coming down the last sector right now. Goes over the curve. I don't see a lot of drivers go over the curve like that.
Yeah, but he's losing a lot of momentum on it because he's riding it. But having said that, he's gone pole. That's well over.
Again,
yeah, that's over a second faster than Collins. I mean, a half second. I mean.
Okay, so let's see who can get into the 115s today. I'd say.
Oh, DXS. 115.8.
The next driver to probably finish would be
Ellie's improved the time just by a little bit.
Not bad.
I'm gonna head
Ellie,
down
one of our newer drivers, just joined the league, but she's doing pretty well considering she's just started F1 recently.
And Orski goes P4, 118.3. His teammate will be the next driver to cross the line.
So far, a pretty spread out timesheet. Raceway is just in the last sector now.
Yeah,
Raceway one of the last drivers here.
Around the final corner.
Again, the podium with a good lap on the medium tires also. 117.8. It's not a blazing fast lap time, but so far with the medium tire runners, 17 seems to be their habitat.
P8? What? Oh my god. I don't know what happened there with
he
Twong.
had an incident. Yeah, clearly had an incident. 10 seconds slower than this second last person on the timing sheet. Hopefully he can finally stop his run of misfortune in Division 2. And put that car in the podium positions.
And you hope so. Then Red Bull's still doing okay in constructors, but other teams are slowly knocking on the door. Bear with me, I'll get the standings up because they've actually been done on time. There we go. So the drivers' standings. It's Charlie Cogden leading the drivers at the moment on 103 points, with Raceway in second on 88, DXS 75 in P3, and then Zenex Josh still in P4 on 40 points. And all of those guys in the promotion zone into Division 1 as full-time drivers for next season. Only just on the outside of the promotion. James on 37 ahead of Reese 17 on 32, and Carps behind him on 28, actually matching on points with Avalanche. And then it's Dylan with 3, Collins on 2, and Ellie on 2.
So as we're talking about the standings, I believe Charlie is the current leader in it. He actually messed up his medium tire run and has backed out of his lap, so still no lap time by him or Avalanche. Carbs is also on a flying lap, I believe.
Where is Carbs? I'm right on board with him. I don't think I've seen McLaren on track today yet. While he's on the lap, I'll do a rundown of the constructors. Red Bull leading the championship with 141 points ahead of Racing Point on 104. Renault in third place with 88, Ferrari P4 with 56, Mercedes 5th with 42, then it's McLaren on 39, Williams 25, AlphaTauri 21, Alfa Romeo on 5, and then Haas yet to score.
Yeah, it's looking really close in Division 2 so far. A lot of drivers getting good finishes, which puts them up there.
Yeah, I believe Twonk is lagging a bit. Don't know if that would
Hopefully,
Carps coming into the pits.
Avalanche P3.
Oh, brilliant. See that both racing points are really starting to take it to Red Bull pair now.
Yeah,
I'm running board of Charlie. He's just only just kept that out of the barrier.
Yeah, he seemed to have a bit of a struggle in Spain so far. He keeps losing the rear in a lot of his corners and the medium tires.
Yeah.
If I were him, I just ditch the mediums completely and go into the softs. It might compromise his strategy, but at least he gets a good time and can start in clear air.
I'm running board with Reese 06 and McLaren. They're still yet to set a time as well. And who is that behind him? That is Reese 17 in the Ferrari. Gonna stick on board with McLaren Reese, all a bit deep in the penultimate corner. Gonna cross the line. It's not going to be pole, but it will be ninth.
So, as Charlie's entering the pit lane, he's just messaged on Discord, saying how he messed up his lap. He's a bit frustrated with it.
I guess it's quite easily done. You'd be surprised of how stupid the track limits are around Spain.
Oh yeah, I know it firsthand in time trial practices, especially in the wet. just 3-second penalty after 3-second penalty. They come quick if you don't manage it. But a lot of drivers now are in the pit lane. Most of them probably gonna keep that medium tire going. If I were
to the line,
Collins, I'd
improves,
keep
but not enough for pole.
So, pretty interesting. DXS is the only person for the 115 so far. Of course, qualifying isn't over yet, but it's showing some really promising. It's just some really promising pace for future seasons where they would most likely move up to D1.
Yeah, I mean, he did turn up last week for Division 1, but he didn't stick around very long in the race. I don't know if he had a connection problem, and I think there was a problem in Division 1 at the start of the race. I believe there was almost some kind of pile-up going through Turn 3.
Oh yes.
It wasn't really a pile-up, it was just people running wide, and then some people ended up getting collected, but I'm not expecting that to happen today, being dry weather and the Division 1 race was wet. But I'm riding on board with James in the Williams. He's still yet to set a time. Apparently he's got the pace to challenge for the title and to get pole position on a regular basis. I'd like to see him actually pull it off.
Well, James is not horrible.
Jesus.
Again, on the medium tires. A lot of medium tire runners.
Yeah, but the gap between him and Avalanche.
Wait, look at him in Raceway. They're identical.
Yeah, how the hell they've gone identical on times?
They've got the exact same time.
Yeah,
well,
to
it's
the
like it hasn't
millisecond.
happened before, but...
Yeah, no, but wow. I'm a bit surprised that it's put James ahead of Raceway. Collins improving to P3.
Maybe there's an extra decimal they don't show on this improvement.
No, what it should be is, let's say if Raceway set that time first, James should finish below him, because Raceway set the time first.
The first person to set it gets it. If any of you hardcore F1 fans know the historical moments between Schumacher and some other drivers, the top three all having the identical time. So, I don't know, game decides to put James in front. Hey, he deserves it, put in a really good time. I think he deserves. But yeah, still a few drivers that set a time here. Infinity Carbs and Charlie, interesting, one of them. Who's actually heading out now, I believe, on the medium tires. Is that correct? Oh, not the medium tires, soft tires, sorry.
Olski about to cross the line. Doesn't improve.
Oh, that's
Will Collins improve? Yes, he does. He's gone P2. He's got into the 115, so it's a 159. He's only a point, a tenth off pole position. Remember, Division 2 drivers, 2 points available for pole position. Probably how DXS is keeping himself in the championship fight.
So Collins has decided to ditch the medium tires, which would have put him in the midfield for the softs, and with those soft tires, he put it onto the front row, just not on the first starting position as Taze Leroy. He's a race engineer. Yeah, Collins showing some really nice pace, especially compared to VXS, who I thought was going to be untouchable this qualifying session. Also another outlier, Dylan, who's always showed really good one-lap pace, just never seemed to carry it over to the race. Last race...
Yeah, but his race pace is okay, it's his racecraft that lets him down.
That's a retirement. I don't know if that was...
Retirement's happening in the pit lane.
The pit lane, okay.
There is a racing point going on a flying lap. It is DXS. Apparently he's invalidated that already. I think he might have exceeded track limits at the final corner.
Yeah, you're right, he has. Interesting. Not wanting to see DXS do too many mistakes in qualifying, but he's known for having better race runs. So, Charlie is still in the pit lane. He's gonna have to get a move on if he wants to get a time in. That's interesting. So I believe he's decided to stay in the pit lane.
Reese about to finish his lap. He's not going to improve though. He's messed up quite a bit. There's a McLaren round. That is what was Carps went for a little bit of a spin. I believe Ellie will be on the way back to the pit lane, but I need to head back on board with no, not even DXS. I forgot he invalidated his lap, so it'll be Twonk next car Twonk to set a valid lap time next.
Yeah, on the soft tires, last lap was on the medium tires, so he's gonna have a good improvement to get it right. So far it's looking pretty good.
Yeah. Leroy, I don't know if you're watching me, but if you keep lagging out the session, I'm going to have to ask you not to return, otherwise it can cause glitch problems with everyone else on the grid, even though if you are a spectator.
So Twonk's into P4 now, with the soft tires, that's pretty good at him.
Yeah.
So he's lagging a slight bit, I'm gonna have to watch that. Charlie, 50 seconds left, he's still on his out lap, hopefully he can make it in time.
Oh yeah. He will have enough time.
I mean,
just moving out of the way of... Was that Ellie?
Right there.
Yeah. Oh, Ellie actually improving slightly.
That's good. Nice to see that beginners had a good first step. 20 seconds left, I believe he will make it. But he did cut it pretty close.
Just coming around the final corner.
Okay, so let's do an on-board lap with Charlie, shall we?
She lost a lot of time in the final sector. Carp's coming to the line. He's not going to improve. But yeah, let's just ride on board with Charlie for a lap.
Yeah, this is going in the first sector now. First two corners are pretty good. This long right-handers, we can get a lot of time. You wanna coast it wide, but you also want to maintain rear grip, especially in the drive. Good apex here. Gotta go right in the limit. Ellie blocking him a bit there. He's not gonna have the best turn in, but still a lap that's worth doing. Just gonna go down 3 gears here. I'm gonna use the rest of the track. Ferrari's on the side there, just too tired. Oh, he goes wide and validates.
Oh no!
He's starting to go back to the grid.
Oh. I was going to say, I would have absolutely laughed my head off if that didn't retire his car. Hopefully it's not going to cause anyone else problems. Might as well I was going to say run on board with Carps, who's just had a hell of a tank slapper again, and he's invalidated his lap for good measure.
So
Collins,
still some valid laps, Raceway and Twonk.
No, Collins. He's invalidated his lap as well.
Yeah, he's invalidated. Raceway is still on a lap that could be worth looking at.
Yeah, might as well fed by game and won't improve. Raceway just shy of 3/10 up at the moment. Could get himself into the top 6. I believe that's Twonk as well, who's had a moment on the DRS straight. Round's final corner.
Raceway's coming on the last corner. That's what he gets. Oh, he slows down. Oh, okay. Decides to go on the medium tires for the race. Interesting.
Yeah, he will start on the mediums.
I'd rather sacrifice a 10th and go on the mediums and take an extra 10th and go on the softs.
Yeah, he's the only driver who's done that. So anyone else who actually set the times on the mediums, so your medium starters will be fed by Gaming, Avalanche and James. Anyone who's got the car in the pit lane, so Infinity, please manually retire your car.
So interestingly, I'm gonna be looking at Williams this race. Both cars in the top 10 with medium tires. The rest on softs, so softs are clear 2-stop unless someone could pull out something crazy and do a soft hard strategy.
No, not even the soft hard.
A 2-stop strategy for the soft tire runners. 1 stop for both Williams if this thing happens. So if things go according to plan, you can see the Williams drivers having a good shot at a podium.
Yeah, that's the point. The racing points, DXS has to double 2-stop. Avalanche won't.
Yeah. Avalanche on the medium tires. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, with I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, with the Williams pair, I don't think they will win. But they definitely got a good shot of it. I reckon, if all honesty, I think Dylan will fall down the order. Twonk will end up having something stupid happen to him, probably.
Oh, poor Twonk.
No, I don't want to jinx him, but no, I'm not even gonna say. Please, I want him to have a decent race for once.
You just jinxed it.
No, I didn't say what I thought was gonna happen. I was gonna say something, but I don't think I should. Yeah, you top three then. DXS on pole position for Racing Point, claiming the 2 points for himself and the constructor. Collins P2, good chance of taking the lead of the race. Let's see if he can keep it on the track. Only just edging out the pole time, only a tenth off. And then Dylan P3 for Ferrari, almost half a second off pole, but could be good points in the bag for him. See if he can actually hold on to a podium this time. He didn't go too well for him in Zandvoort, as far as I remember.
Yeah. So, big story for qualifying is Charlie, who did not get a lap in, will be starting behind Xenix Josh, who had a qualifying ban.
Yeah, but don't count out Xenix Josh as well. Yeah,
because I don't count him out. I think he's a great driver. I think he's going to cut his way to the field.
Yeah, because both of those drivers, they're going to be starting on the back row, so they're going to be charging up through the field. I bet Charlie is probably going to make his way through. Josh will end up tripping over someone and probably getting quite mad.
Hey, we don't know till the race happens. But if I were Charlie, I'd try something different. I'd probably maybe start on the hard tires, would you say?
Nah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Nah.
I mean, you're at the back of the grid. You're going to be held up anyways. Might as well use that time being held up to
get the hard tires. Yeah, I know, but even if you start on the hards, even if there's an early safety car, yeah, you'll have track position, but they're just not. I mean, they are a good race tyre, but they're not the tyres you want to be starting on.
Well, we'll see when the starting grid happens, but so far, Feared by Gaming with the advantage off the start of the grid. So we should do a grid rundown now, would you say?
Yeah, you full grid then. As I said, DXS pole position for Racing Point, getting the bonus 2 points for Racing Point and himself in the driver's standings. H. Collins P2 for Mercedes, head of Dylan in P3. Feared by Gaming P4 for Williams, his best qualifying of the season so far. Head of
and on the mediums.
Yep, I should probably get the detail up from tyres then. Wow, yeah, more guys starting on the mediums than I thought. Pretty much anyone outside the top 10 on the mediums, working my way down. Avalanche P6, mediums, a split strategy for the Racing Point drivers there today. Williams driver on softs, then Reese 17, P9 for Ferrari, Orski P10, glad to have him back. No reason why he can't stay in the points. The McLaren starting P11 ahead of Ellie P12 for Alfa Romeo. Carp starting 13th, Infinity 14th, not getting a lap in qualifying. Xenix Josh serving his qualifying ban today, will start 15th for Mercedes, rounding out the grid. Charlie in P16, who just couldn't get it together for the race.
Okay, grid's gonna start entering their slots now.
Get it together.
Twonk actually thinks he saved his connection. He looks pretty stable now. Good to see that. Gonna be interesting to see how Raceway does, as well as James with the medium tires. But yeah, I'm gonna be looking at DXS for the start of this race. Hopefully, I can get a good start and pull a gap into the premiere he will have. Lights are out.
Right, are the lights gonna come anytime soon?
So the glitch happens. Here we go.
Oh, that's a really good start there from one of the Renaults.
Ooh,
Oh,
see a
there's
wing
already wing
flying.
damage toward the back.
Still no spinning or anything.
Oh, for
Oh!
God's sake, what the hell was that?
What has happened there? Feared by Gaming, Dylan, and Collins are all out of the session already. That's gonna be a safety car.
Yeah, and it is.
So what was that?
I have no idea. I just seen a car go sideways.
Yeah, same. I think I saw one car move to the side and collect the two other ones and bring it with them. And because of that, they all went straight into the wall and all retired. So yeah, Feared by Gaming, who was on the medium tires, is gonna have a bad night tonight, as well as Collins and Dylan, who are both up there in P1 and 2 and 3. Luckily, DXS avoids the incident, and Raceway on the medium tires will be in P2, as something's happening in the safety.
Trying to have a look at the amount of, if anyone had wing damage. Xenex Josh from 15th up to 7th, but he does have wing damage. I'm just going through the grid now to see how many walking wounded we've got. It's Charlie with damage, Orski with damage. Just checking, Carps is fine, and Infinity is okay as well. So I don't know, because off the line I did see someone at the back getting wing damage, so I was more focused on that, and come through, it's just so unexpected. The three of them, Williams, Mercedes and Ferrari, just go sideways into a wall.
And Josh and Charlie are both in the pit lane.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see what kind of tyres these guys go on. What tyres is on the Mercedes, the mediums?
Yeah, I think most of them are on the medium tire now.
Yeah, new tyre, new mediums for Charlie.
Sorry, I'm just trying to digest what happened there as far as the race. It looked like Collins and Dylan were side by side, and then I believe Collins' rear capped the front left of Dylan's car, and that made him oversteer, and he took the other two cars with him straight into the wall, both of them retiring. So that's gonna help Raceway a lot, who jumped quite a few positions in the check.
Yeah, he's in PT. I'm not actually.
Yeah, he's
had
jumped
the
6
standings
positions.
up. Position change, yes. Yeah, biggest winners and losers then. Raceway up 6 positions from the start. Biggest loser, Orski down 3. Overall, biggest losers were Collins and Dylan.
Pretty much everyone at the start
Yeah,
there.
I don't want to give blame too early, because I'd personally I'd need to rewatch that again. It happened so quickly. It could have been a racing incident, but the three of them feared Collins and Dylan. Please get your footage ready.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a big investigation after the race on that.
Yep. And for the love of God, no arguing unless you want a qualifying ban for Monaco.
Yes, I saw that crash, and I'd be angry too if it happened to me, just trying to get a good start. So, guys, just keep it calm if you're hearing this, and just, if you have anything to say to someone, please, if it's not appropriate for general, say it in the DMs, because we don't want to have to worry about it in this division's Discord server.
Yeah.
As well as someone else's networks.
In DMs, you can say whatever the hell you like to each other. If it's in DMs, then you're probably going to get a penalty for it.
So already 3 cars out of the race.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the remaining soft runners, so Twonk, Reese, and DXS, because they really needed this time to start pulling away from everyone, because with the safety car period, yeah, the softs, they will survive just for a little bit longer, but they're not going to be at their optimum. They're going to be like, you know, bog standard average tire life. As well, guys, please, in the midfield, particularly around Carps and Twonk, leave space with each other, because you guys keep bunching up. There's people in the midfield that aren't driving at a constant speed. I know they're only acting to the cars in front of them, like, yeah, so if you do go in AI and someone hits you, you are still responsible for your car's actions. I don't mind the guys going AI, but just be careful.
What DXS needs right now is a really good start, and he needs to put a big gap to Raceway, who's on the medium tires, if he wants to put up a 2-stop.
Yeah, everyone should be leaving about 2 car lengths, I'd say, to be safe.
Okay, so far it's looking fine. Saying that twice, that's a penalty. It's not the worst thing, but still, you don't want that. So DXS is going to open his tires. Just as in the last sector now. He's going to want a good start.
Ride on board with him, actually. Yeah, I fear somewhere around Infinity that there's someone not obeying the yellow flags. Whether it was her or not, I don't know, but we are back racing.
And Reese is on a avalanche. He's had a run. He's soft tires. As well as a Williams on the red over there. Twonk. Came from Twonk.
Yep, Twonk's jumped in.
Twonk's jumped him. Meanwhile, behind is pretty spaced out. There's a Alfa Romeo in the pits. That's Ellie. Meanwhile, up front, Reese is right behind Avalanche. So is Twonk to Reese. Up front, DXS has pulled a 1.5 second penalty. Time. 1.7 seconds time, which is good. He was also pushing the soft tires. Reese is right behind Avalanche now. He's gonna have a good run in the straight. He can maintain this distance between Avalanche. James has been down. I think he was wide.
It's still a very close midfield fight. We've got a fight for the podium and then even for the healthier amount of points.
We're gonna come on the straight now. DRS activated yet. Twonk is gonna be right behind Reese. He's gonna go full overtake now. Or not. Is that behind?
No, it's the thing with Dirty Air down the straight because it's Spain being a high-speed circuit. So much downforce is needed.
Twonk's spun.
Yep, he is in the wall.
There goes his wing. Keep it out of anyone else. He's still in the race, but it's early, but he's got
position. Never know that there could be more safety cars early on, so don't give up. Charlie and Zenex.
Really close to the grass. He's got it.
Has he? Yeah, I guess it stopped in time.
Yeah, he has it.
All Josh pretty much has to do is stay with him. Probably not fight the Red Bull too much, just let Charlie do the work for you and carve your way through the field. It'll work miracles if you can stay within DRS. Reese there has just hit the Ferrari. Both Reeses coming together.
Oh. Very close there. Does Reese have wing damage? No, he's fine.
McLaren Reese does because he rear-ended the Ferrari.
Oh,
Oh, come on, guys. Give space.
It's scrappy there.
James.
No one's in the wall or anything, but yeah, James got squeezed.
There's no ears. To be fair, he should have just lifted off a little bit towards the final corner.
The Ferrari's going to gain the McLaren. Reese.
Surely Reese is going to drop down though because he has that wing damage and he's just had damage from there. Oh, he's lost a hell of a lot of speed and Charlie's just gone up his inside.
And Josh is going to gain the position.
He's still fighting. Trying to fight with a damaged car. I don't know what the hell he's thinking he can accomplish.
The Williams on the inside. James got him.
Oh, oh my god, James just got a hell of a drive out of, Josh got a hell of a drive out of there. Yeah. And then straight around the outside, he takes a position.
Yeah, really close battle so far.
Oh my god.
Josh.
Yeah, he's only trying to stay out of the way of the McLaren.
McLaren down the inside, Josh went wide. The XS has pulled a 5.5 second gap. That's going to help him pushing those soft tires. He's most likely going to pit around, I'd say, lap 10.
Oh, Reese 17's crashed in the pit lane.
He's crashed in the pit lane.
Oh my god! And because of that, Reese
Oh, you should hit
losing
there.
all of his front wing. It's caused the VSC. If this is real F1, that would be a red flag, hands down. Well, Twonk though, going early on the hards from his pit start, that would be a wing change, fresh set of tyres, therefore Xenex trying to take those hards as long as he can, but the hards have a maximum tyre life of 22 laps. So it leaves him open for a soft stint later toward the end of the race, and maybe a medium stint again if there is a safety car later on.
Yeah, luckily for all the drivers that are going in the pit lane, it selected him, the virtual car to make up the back gap. And it's gone now.
Yeah, good restart, no one with a drive-through.
Also, he stood about the red flag, if that would be Nhrl F1. I actually disagree with that. I think it would just be a safety car with a closed pit lane, as it's out of any racing areas that would cause the game.
Yeah. No, I think it's a slam dunk red flag. Because if it is blocked, where maybe if it was as it was on its own, like, you know, closing the pit lane, safety car, but after after Reese made the McLaren made contact with him, that definitely would have been a red flag, just the amount of debris. You never know, maybe something like that in real life might have actually damaged the pit wall. There's Avalanche going for a spin out of turn 2.
Oh,
He's done
no,
the same thing as Twonk. Careful not to drive too long the wrong way round. He's going to have Orski.
Ooh, did you see that? He reset it right as Kielski was with the hit, and that's
it does. Yeah, it's caused another VSC. I hope Orski there doesn't have any damage, and he doesn't.
Okay, so it'll be a pretty quick
Yeah.
I actually never seen that safety car come out just like that on a spin, but
yeah, it's because he was stationary for quite a while.
What probably happened was because like it was really thin, the that they had from him to like Kielski. So what probably happened was as he resetted Kielski's hitbox, actually believes it hits him, but in reality he reset it before, and the impact created a the racing.
Yeah, Avalanche is gonna have to
Wing damage, yeah.
pit just a little bit early. He's got Carps behind him. He's made the move done. Carps going.
As Carps goes
he's trying to do a bit of rally cross. He keeps it out the barrier. He resets the track. You are allowed to reset the track as well, guys. Just if you do end up collecting someone or you damage them, then it is a penalty. But if you have the space, you know you got the room, then you're more than welcome to reset back to track.
Avalanche pits.
So, right on board with Infinity.
Charlie is actually in P3.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Something
back in the grid. Podium position.
Yeah, right on board with Infinity. She's actually catching Orski.
And I'm just gonna take a second to look at
another VSC.
What's this for?
Don't actually know.
Yeah, neither.
Don't recall anyone going for this. There wasn't a yellow flag beforehand, was there?
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone spin or anything.
Probably just the amount of debris at turn 2.
Yeah, about 50 is great, but hopefully it ends pretty quickly because it's going to come off. But yeah, DXS, because these safety cars might be able to stretch the softs to a 1-stop. Thoughts on that? It's actually coming in now. So, will he go in the softs or the hards? $1 million question right here.
Yeah, fairly cheap pit stop considering he's got halfway down the pit lane.
He's gonna try 1-stop. Ooh, the mechanics actually, I believe,
he will be cutting it very, very fine.
Yeah. So
that's like puncture territory on the last lap of the race. So
it's
just be mindful.
Just in the range of possible, but if anyone's gonna do it, it's the excess. I can let us say about that. So Raceway has a net lead in the race. Well, not the net lead, but yes, the net lead in the race.
He has net P2, doesn't he?
I'm sorry, yeah, that's, I'm sorry, I'm making
Yeah.
it weird.
Any guys who have not stopped yet on the mediums, their pit stop window will be lap 16. Well, probably before that, that's the maximum tyre life of the tyre, so 14, 15 laps, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Another bit,
around that
is there a VSC glitch going on or something, unless if that was for Ellie making a mistake going through turn 3.
Hopefully not. That's gonna hurt a lot of racing throughout this race.
Oops.
Hopefully that's not the case, but if this keeps happening, maybe we'll have to restart. What are your thoughts on that, Connor?
I think it depends what we're gonna do for the restart.
Well, if it's just the SCs, I mean, there won't be any, like, coming up as someone's pitting after. So it will affect boxing for new tires, but I don't think it will affect them when the grid if someone's off that
It's not coping well.
James and pits for a new wing, it's gonna be on hard tires.
Hard to
So maybe
do.
James had enough, that's
easily
why.
done.
Charlie's actually gaining on Raceway right now. Gonna be interesting to see how that plays out.
Just
Cool
edges
spot right
out.
now is Jason the Williams as Reese spins.
Just a spin. Yep. Quick
Yep.
resets track. It's about so it's like pit stop level. Getting your car back on the circuit.
Yeah, I used Jeff's got in his new tires. That's gonna beat him up a lot. At least in the pit lane. Meanwhile, close to battle on track, Josh and James. James kind of everywhere, position-wise in this race. Gosh, really cutting it close. He's gonna have a good run, I believe, near the end of this. So tire-wise, everybody's off the softs. About half the grid split, medium hard tires. Most hard tire runners have made their final pit stop, excluding carbs, as the XS passes infinity.
Yeah, and I believe that's Ellie a lap down in front of her.
Yeah.
In front of him,
He's
sorry.
Through. Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, Ellie,
wait, what the?
Eh?
What was that?
Either her controller died, or if she's done that on purpose, that is a penalty.
Okay, this is probably not what happened, but what it looked like was that Ellie saw DXS last second about to lap her, and she moved to the right to get through, and went straight into a wall. I hope that's not the reason, because that'd be actually really funny, and probably laugh about that.
It's not even funny, it's just stupid.
Yeah, but I don't think Ellie did it on purpose. Something happened. Maybe the controller died. Unfortunate for that.
Yeah.
11 drivers off the grid, one more DNF, it'll be instant points for everybody. Charlie's actually right behind Raceway too.
Yeah, I'm riding on board with Charlie if you want to commentate on this little battle.
Also some irony there, straight into the wall, no safety cars, spin, and there is a safety car. Or virtual safety car, sorry. Interesting how this can work sometimes, and he was right behind Raceway. Ooh, he's getting really close. He's gonna have a move down here, yeah, he's gonna have a move. Raceway takes the inside line. He's gonna try it on the outside. Ooh, leaving just
I've got
enough
the
room there.
shittest camera angle for that.
Yeah, but Charlie's got him. So Charlie went from 16th to first in the grid. That's quite an accomplishment on itself. We can maintain first place till the end of the race. Will be another thing to see. EXS, actually Oski, interestingly enough, is in third place. Thoughts on that? Really good drive, really good see him keep it clean and benefit off of his mistakes. But the excess is really closing out on him now. Blanc also getting past the Avalanche.
I want to ride on board with Josh actually.
Next Josh is just 1 second behind James now. If it's the window says it's open or closed, yeah. Must be closed originally. It's better. The excess is 6/10 behind Oski. It's gonna be I'd say it's gonna be a pretty easy overtake. In my opinion, it's Oski. Ooh, this is the weird in the excess.
That is Avalanche, who's had another spin at turn 2.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for turn 2. Really high curbs there will mess you up. There's something's happening. Interesting little flag for reason I see. Race isn't.
No, it was just Reese running a bit wide.
It's for hard tires. So I said it myself. After they come in, he will most likely come out in front of Oski. Or not. No, he'll come out in P4. But he'll be able to push on those tires and threaten the excess for the lead of the race. The excess thrust. He couldn't go to the end, but it'll be interesting to see how those tires will deal with it.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Raceway is safe to go to the end. DXS probably not.
I think DXS, I don't think it's a matter of a puncture, I think it's a matter of Raceway getting him with much fresher tires.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see a last lap battle between them.
Until Charlie comes into the pits, DXS he's got what he needs to do. A bit of clear track and a little bit of a time deficit to look after himself and his tyres.
One thing to keep note, Charlie's actually in the pit lane now. He could still have a threat in this race. Especially, I think it's going to be in the classic battle.
He shouldn't get held up by the traffic already in the pit lane. Just hope that Reese can get moving. I'm just looking at it on the minimap.
Connor, I don't know how it is, but it's always these three guys. It's always Charlie, Raceway, and DXS who are in the battle. Avalanche pulling the road in front of Charlie though. He's being lapped. He can get out of the way. So Charlie will come out in front of Raceway, behind DXS, and so be to the end of the race.
Yeah. Avalanche, sorry, with the blue flags, having to let Charlie get on with it, really. There's Infinity and Orski into the box. I'm still going to ride on board with Xanax, because he's charging down on carbs.
Yeah. And as we ride on board with him, Josh, that's about the excess and tires position. There are, I believe, I gotta use quick math here. There are 13 more laps for this race, and his tires have 5 laps of wear on them, so he's going to bring those tires about somewhere around 20 something laps, which is going to be a big ask for him. 5 laps maybe. I don't think it'll be a case of puncture territory.
Did you just say the mediums can go 25 laps?
No, sorry, the hard tires.
Well, not even the hards can go 25 laps. Then we look. The information I've got from the game is that the hards have a maximum tyre life of 22 laps. So even if the XS starts his 23rd lap on those hards, they will puncture. Because I thought it was someone in Division 1 at Zandvoort, even though they were on I can't remember which compound of wet tyre they were on, but they took them too far, and right on cue with my information, with my data, he ended up getting a puncture.
Yeah, and you also gotta remember that when the tires are above 80% wear, they're automatically in puncture territory. So when they hit 100, that's a guaranteed puncture. So DXS, he's gonna have 20 lap hole tires. He's gonna bring it right to the edge. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But so far, Charlie is gaining on him, and so is Raceway. So
let's hope it's
DXS
not going to be a race. I don't want the podium to be arranged by penalties.
Yeah. I think he had. I have a small brain. There are 15 laps left in the race. What you said. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that he will definitely, but he definitely has to look after the tyres. Otherwise, it will be starting. It would be funny, like, if his AI car or something, you know, as they're all going around on the cooldown lap, if his AI car gets a puncture.
So if you were in DXS scenario where tires could be able to get punctured, would you use the gap you have now and come into the pit lane for new tires, possibly medium tires right now, and push hopefully get that position, or stay out and defend for your life and swear to God nothing punctured in the car?
No. Track position is really important around Spain. The least DXS can do is lift off just a little bit in the high load corners. That'll be turns 3, turns 9 and turn 12, maybe to some extent the final corner. As long as he keeps his penalties clean, he can afford to lose a little bit of this 3-second gap to Charlie. But the thing is, even with DRS, don't want to guarantee Charlie's going to overtake him. I mean, it would help, but I don't know.
I mean, you saw my race, I was stuck behind you forever. I could never get past him. Ooh! I don't know if you took that up, but he went really wide in that corner, and luckily he didn't get a penalty for that. But yeah, Charlie's gonna start to come out of time soon. If I were DXS, I would pit. I'd make sure I survive the race. But speaking of penalties, I'm gonna check the penalties right now, see what people have.
Yeah.
5-second penalty for Reese, 5-second penalties for Carbs.
Maybe try not read the 5 seconds out. As I know he's got the 3-second penalties.
3-second penalties, okay. In terms of 3 seconds, Carbs has 3 second, Infinity has a 3 second. Xenix Josh has a 3-second penalty. Xenix Josh has actually 2 of them. Infinity also has 2 of them. Reese 06 has a 3-second penalty, and that's it for 3 seconds. But so far, the top 3 are
still more to come.
Clean race.
Yeah. Charlie at the moment behind Reese, even though Reese is a lapped car. I'm just a bit surprised that he's not tried to move out the way. The problem that Reese has, though, he's actually fighting with Twonk, who's just got a 3-second penalty, and he's not going to want to lose that much time. Because now, that's left the door open. Twonk's just got straight past him in the braking zone.
If I were him, I'd let the car behind me, who's lapping me, I'd actually try as far as I can. And then on a DRS zone, I do a very slight lift off, and hopefully the car that's not going to get fake.
I'm going to run border Reese. He's still within a second of Twonk. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, Twonk though he's got DRS off his teammate.
A little bit of support there. So DXS has been pushing for his life, 10 laps now with tires. It kept going back and forth between Charlie gaining and then DXS losing Charlie.
I think what you're seeing with that is the ERS usage.
Yeah.
I'm around board of them actually. Yeah, that'd be it.
All 3 of them on the
Have you seen how little ERS DXS has got? Yet again, Charlie's
they all
hardly got
don't.
anything either. Charlie,
They're all
3-second penalty.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, he's gonna be kicking himself for that, and that's gonna bring Raceway into the fight. Charlie could still very likely take out first place if anything, even a small thing goes wrong for DXF, and that's gonna be concerning for him. So 10 laps on DXS's tires. He's gonna... Oh, yellow flag.
Oh, that's James.
James has... Oh, it's DNF.
He has crashed going out of turn 9. I think he...
Yep.
You know, it's the usual thing.
Yeah.
Ran a bit wide, clipped the gravel, and his car's ended up in the wall. Surprisingly, that's not a safety car.
Oh, if that was a safety car, that would have helped DXS so much. He was praying for that.
He's gonna be so angry with that because he knows how well he can do, and his little mistakes. I know it's a long season, but really getting into the point of the season where you can't just
afford mistakes.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, I can sacrifice a race or two. I think this is James's 3rd DNF, and he wasn't even here at the start of the season, so he is making life difficult for him. Especially saying that he reckons he can challenge for race wins. Easy thing for me. I know that Div 2 don't have a 90% rule, but 10 cars left in the race, and all in points paying positions.
Yeah. So, how funny would it be if those DSCs actually, if the races have a limit on how many safety cars it can have, and all those safety cars were used up at the virtual supercars to start, and that's because the crash didn't count the same with Ellie. It'd be funny if that was the case, but also stupid at the same time because games had unlimited safety cars for when these things can happen. But yeah, DXS, he's not gonna get any help after that. Saying that though, Charlie's actually losing DXS.
Yeah, crash should probably get into him. What I will say though, bonus point for the fastest lap. Still anyone's game at the minute. What is the fastest lap at the moment?
Yeah, I actually don't know the answer to that question.
That is a glitch time there with Twonk. So I'm going to say the fastest lap. A minute goes to Charlie. That is a 118.7. Ooh, Infinity having a tank slapper coming around the final corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing well though. P6 is the highest position that she'd ever have. Some really useful points for Alfa Romeo in the constructors.
Infinity, yeah, that's good. If she can get above P, I think it's P9 for best finish, that will be a new record for her, as well as Oski too. A lot of people that could really benefit from DNS.
Yeah, but the thing is, even with Orski, Infinity, and Cops, Orski there getting a 3-second penalty, they can all box for the fastest lap at the end of the race. See, no, I'm absolutely messing up with these graphics. Where is it? I need the... There we go, tyres. Zenex definitely will need to box. I mean,
DXS.
Infinity can go to the end. Orski and Carps can box if they want to. Yeah, apart from that, Avalanche there 3-second penalty, but yeah, I don't think it's not much success.
I wish there's a way we could see the tire wear on his car, but I can assume that his tires are at least above 30% wear by now.
I'm noticing there's a fight for the final 3 positions. Avalanche, Reese and Twonk are very close.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how Avalanche does. Avalanche had a great qualifying, but just really got clobbered on the race.
Not Twonk, sorry, I think that is Orski.
Yeah. Look at the difference in ERS.
Yeah, Avalanche literally having nothing down that back straight.
And Reese having everything too. And that's the thing with the arrest. You never want to like completely keep it full, because then you'll like end up just wasting energy when breaking Charlie gets another penalty.
Yeah. Xanax Josh into the pits. He's going on mediums. Some one set of mediums. I don't know if you wanted the softs. Probably can have a run with faster side. The softs could have made it to, and softs do have a maximum tire life of 9 laps.
Yeah, actually, I'm questioning why he hasn't. The softs have about 9 laps, I think.
Yeah, if it is his intention to set the fastest lap, just set it and then look after your tyres. His closest competition, Orski. Well, Orski is a Renault 3.4 at the moment, but unless his intention is still to catch the other Renault, he's only really going to lose position to Infinity. Bear in mind, I think both of them have time penalties that cancel each other out anyway.
And you know what? I think Josh's tires are used.
Having said that, Infinity has just spanned coming out of turn 4.
Infinity, come on. Oh,
drive the wrong way. There's she's been disqualified.
No.
I'm actually gutted for her. I really am.
I am gutted. That would have been her best finish. Well,
yeah, cars, just be careful coming out of turn 4. And Avalanche has got past Reese.
The XS is holding his fingers right now. No safety car, oh my god. The XS.
Yeah, it's just the car, it's just pulled over at the side of the track. The AI car, it would have pulled over next to a marshal post.
I am absolutely gutted for her. She had it in the bag, What the?
Reese, what the hell was that?
It's like a dive bomb and a half to me.
It wasn't even a dive bomb. Torpedo attack.
Right
what is he? Has he been among? No, is that? Oh, no, that's nice. He knows he's done wrong.
Yeah, still, I believe 3-second penalty for collision there. Fully deserved. I believe because he did get a position back. Because Avalanche probably has at least line damage on his front from that. Hopefully Reese can.
Let me have a look. See.
Challenge him a bit cleaner.
Looks okay in the front of the racing point.
Yeah. Just nice gesture by him to let him back past. That's gonna avoid penalties towards the race. Meanwhile, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie's under 3 seconds.
Raceway might want to push here. The XS.
Yeah, he's fallen back a little.
He could still very much give Charlie the win here. But Charlie's just pushing as hard as he could.
Yeah.
The thing is, with drivers like the XS who have really nice pace, they always let off, a 10 or something every lap just to conserve their tires, damage reduction, But there's also drivers like Charlie who they really want the win, right? So they push that a little extra, And that's what causes all the penalties. So I've seen mostly in every driver's career of online racing, they start off on the edge, trying to find every last second, every lap. But eventually, over experience and wisdom, they start conserving more, and that's where all the wins come in. You look at Lewis Hamilton in real life, he's always going really smoothly, he's never making mistakes, as Charlie's almost in gravel there. And that's where champions are made, in my opinion. It's just from damage reduction and keeping it smooth every single lap.
It's got to be frustrating though for Charlie though, because he is 3 seconds back, but he can see the win there. He is carrying that extra 3-second penalty as well though, so that's going to make it even worse for him. Oh, did he get another one?
Yeah, he had another one.
Oh dear.
Still
said that,
very much
another driver I'm seeing who's on a charge is Xanax. He is catching Orski quite a bit.
Josh also with his own hand.
Yeah, fresh and mediums probably really helping him out. It's annoying though. Let me double check fastest lap again. Still Charlie with 118.7. If Josh,
right there.
if Josh wanted it, he probably would have. He should have gone for soft. Still can do though. Remember, in Division 2, you guys still have a fastest lap award. Most fastest laps throughout the entire season. You'll end up getting a £20 PlayStation voucher. If it's something worth fighting for.
Oscar's in.
Having said that, Charlie just went purple in Sector 2.
Wow. So yeah, he's really pushing from the pudding right there. He's putting it on the limit.
Yeah, you seen it. Have you seen how quickly he's gaining on DXS? He's getting like half a second.
DXS made a mistake there. Yeah, he's pushing as hard as he could.
You can see the tyre wear on DXS's car though.
Yeah.
Charlie's is a little bit better, but that front left.
Just look at their ERS, and look at Raceway's ERS too. If I were Raceway, I'd pull back, and then on the last lap, just power it.
Yeah, Orsky trying to go for the fastest lap by the looks of it. Might even...
Hey, if he does it, props to him.
Yeah, I was trying to see if Orsky had a chance of catching Xenex, but I don't think so.
Charlie's pushing. It's gonna wind down, Connor. It's gonna wind down. The excess is looking.
Keep an eye on the tyres of that racing point. I'm just waiting for something to fire off.
Oh, Charlie!
Holy hell!
Jesus Christ! But would you look at that? He barely lost anything because of that. That's the wear on DXS's tires.
Yeah, lost a couple of tenths, but he's very lucky to be in the race.
Yeah. You know how you usually have like the fuel and the ERS screen on your car all the time? Yeah. The XS probably has a tire screen on his car all the time, looking at his tires every lap. But he's gonna show a masterclass here if he can manage to keep those tires in the race.
Final 3 laps of the race, and Twonk has caught up to the back of Carps. He is within a 1 second window, but no DRS on this occasion.
So Raceway forfeits his chance at P2, maybe even P1 in the race. And that's both the
Raceway can still finish P3.
So yeah, Raceway's obviously going to push the fastest lap, denying poor Oski over there. Trying to get his own fastest lap.
Even get the fastest lap?
I don't believe he did.
Well, my Delta, he apparently hasn't even finished a lap on his fresh softs.
So let's see how he does on this lap. He hasn't gone purple anywhere yet.
Oh, Twonk is all over Carps.
A lot of battles popping up now. I'm gonna keep a close eye on DXS and his tires. Oh, yellow flag.
Avalanche is out.
No, Avalanche is out of this. Jesus, so many DNFs. I don't want to know what happened there. I think he just lost it on entry.
Well, if it's any consolidation for him,
Charlie's in the pit lane. Charlie's in the pits.
Charlie, mate. I reckon the race win's probably worth more than the fastest lap.
Because DXS might have just gotten the win because of that right there. I don't know why Charlie went in.
No, if I was Charlie, I would have hands down stayed out. No reason at all for him to box.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Because
Oski did not get fastest lap. I think Raceway has it. Raceway has fastest lap.
Yep.
But
Twonk just overtaking Carps. Carps trying to have a look at him again.
Oh no, never mind. Charlie still has the fastest lap on his tires. Raceway, pushing or not. Or just made a mistake on his lap. Ooh, Raceway is a bit on the grass too there.
Right, Carps and Twonk will twirl again into the braking zone of turn 10. He gets it done. Doesn't look like there's any damage on the Red Bull.
Oh, DXS is in the pits. Did he have a puncher?
Is there a puncture? No, his car's not behaving like it's got a puncture. Probably because he knew Charlie pit. DXS might as well. But is he gonna? Because Charlie's basically undercut him on that strategy. He's gone a bit further on those harder tyres. Charlie is gonna jump him in the pit lane.
He's gonna jump him.
But
He's got him.
Charlie is still carrying those penalties, by the way, and it is the final lap of the race. Not the thing is, DXS, he can't even get the fastest lap because it's the final lap.
Yeah, so I don't know what his thoughts were there. I think probably just damage reduction in case he did get the puncher. He decides to go this off, which I believe is still a little call. 8 drivers still in this race.
Still not letting up on Twonk. These guys still fighting, but the thing is, they're going to have blue flags again very soon because Charlie is about to lap them. Unless if they want to try and stay clear on the final lap.
Of course, Charlie can.
The thing is, Charlie can't expect his teammate to give way. Those two are fighting. Ooh, give space, Twonk, please. Raceway with a penalty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna feel very much there.
It is the final lap, and Charlie is coming through the final sector. Probably most likely going to set the fastest lap of the race as well. He's going to round the final corner, and he takes the checkered flag in Spain. Is he going to keep the win? I highly doubt it. No, DXS wins in Spain.
So the flag. Oh, Ruiz is off. Come on, P6. Raceway, rather quiet drive by him.
Twonk P6, Carps P7, Raceway P3, Xenix Josh after his qualifying ban. Probably. Well, I don't know. I think that's quite a respectable finishing position for him. P4 from.
I mean, 15. If you told me that midway through the race, if you told me that the XS was gonna pit and still come in first, I honestly probably would not have believed you. But somehow he's done it. I think the proper Charlie's pit and to
well, it's about time he took a dent out of Charlie's championship lead, which race by race is coming down. Josh confirmed for P4. I'm just waiting on Orski. He's going to come home in P5.
If Charlie does have an unfair 2-second penalty,
that was the most ridiculous penalty I've seen from anyone all race, and the most pointless as well. But really well done, Orski there, P5.
Yeah. Only half the grid made it to the end of the race. Charlie driver of the day. I'd say I'd put it into DXS, but yeah, Charlie too, I guess. DXS, another win for him.
Yeah, but Charlie, I know it's the most overtakes, but Charlie actually had to fight for this one. And unfortunately, it did come up as P2.
I wonder if after the race he'll say something in the stewards channel. I don't know if he'll get removed because 2-second penalties are usually always deserved. But I believe the DXS has to win here today. Raceway also a nice quiet drive by him.
Luckily not that many 5-second penalties for the stewards as well. I think it's more or less going to be a real stewards inquiry with the incidents on track. But the full race rundown then, DXS wins in Spain, taking 2 points for pole position ahead of Charlie. P2 for Red Bull. Did he? Yeah, I believe that is Charlie confirmed for the fastest lap with a 1:16.9. Raceway P3 for Renault. Xenix Josh P4 after starting 15th on the grid. Great drive from him. Orski, incredible drive for him, finishing P5 for Renault. Twonk P6 for Red Bull. Carps P7 for McLaren ahead of his teammate Reese in P8. Avalanche crashing out, still actually being a classified finisher in P9. Infinity, her DSQ will still stand, so that'll be James who will inherit P10, and then Ellie with Fearbug Gaming, Dylan and Collins all crashing out at the early stages of the race. Right, shall we?
It's always Zen3, isn't it? It's always Zen3.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not like I don't expect them ever. It's not like Div 1 when all the podium runners might as well have a season ticket to the commentary box.
Still, really interesting to see. It's always them.
Yeah. Would you be able to invite them to the party?
Yes.
Please?
What a race. So great, and yet we have less finishers than last race. Interestingly enough.
So how many we only had like 8 finishers, was it?
In this race, he had 9 finishers. Okay, so all 3 have been invited. Now we're just waiting them to join. But yeah, how many times have we seen DXS, Charlie, and
check
Race
party
Day?
limit.
Oh god, yeah. I did not notice that. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, there we go. But they're shouting that at me on Discord.
So
Yeah, and then here they'll come. Sorry about that. Just waiting on Charlie now. There's DXS. Okay, just waiting on Charlie. There he is, okay. We can start then. Classic finish. Connor, would you like to begin with the first question?
are they all here? I'm not hearing anyone.
Pardon?
Have any of them turned up yet?
Can you? Hello?
Yeah, all of them are here. We're just
Oh,
waiting
sorry,
on-
I've not. Just double check all your voices are set to share, guys. I'm sure they are. I'm going to start off with P3, then Raceway. Not particularly great qualifying, if I'm honest, but interesting strategy calls from you during the race. Just tell me what happened.
Yeah, I think it's coming my trademark of just not being able to qualify. 3 races in a row where I've just had really bad qualifying. The race was, to be honest, it was pretty boring for me after witnessing the accident, shall we call it, down before we got to the first corner. After that, it was pretty quiet. I couldn't catch DXS, and Charlie was coming at me at a rate of knots, so I knew that he would be by me pretty easily. So I didn't want to put up a fight and risk any sort of damage which could affect my ability to pick up the podium.
Yeah, pretty quiet race from you so far this race. What was your perspective on the turn limit incident? Because I'm pretty sure you all know it was a pretty big one. DXS probably didn't see it because he was in front. Do you have any insight on what happened there? Because it looked pretty fast and big.
Honestly, I don't know. They just all kind of amalgamated together and shoved left. I was very pleased to be on the far right of the track at that point, so that I wasn't going to get involved, and it handed me P2. So I mean, I wasn't complaining.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't.
You.
Any bit of sympathy for your competitors being involved in that incident?
Yeah, I mean, there definitely a couple of them. It would have been a good race for me. So on that side, having a good battle, I missed out on that race. But I'm always thankful when I avoid any of these accidents, and I've been a passenger in a couple, and I'm just glad to not be part of that one. And I don't know what happened, but hey ho, get through the first corner. You can't win the race in the first corner, but you can certainly lose it.
Good quote.
Most definitely. We are going to go to Charlie now, aren't we? Yeah. Charlie, I could tell you were pushing for most of that race. Did you really think the win was on the cards?
No, I had penalties, so I didn't think I'd win.
Yeah.
But I think I should say I need to give a huge shout out to my coach, Jack Anderton.
Just double check your mic there.
Yeah, I seen that cut out. I don't know if you're still talking or not.
My controller just died. Yeah, he really helped me learn the track, but I didn't really have a strategy. I was just be fast and just not taking damage, and it worked quite well. I didn't get to set a lap in qualifying though, which was pretty disappointing. So I had to start from the back, but I still got a good result.
Yeah, I really can't fault you for that.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Carry on.
So on that lap, actually, I actually have two questions for you. First, on that lap in qualifying, you seem to have struggled on the mediums, and the first few stints you tried, and then when you went on the soft tire, I didn't really catch what happened. Do you know did you invalidate or something?
Yeah, I did invalidate it, but there was loads of drivers in my way, and I think someone around the fast timeline, there was someone they retired their car on the race line. That kind of messed me up, and I went a little bit wide. And I think it was turn 5 or turn 6. Someone was literally driving really slowly on the line, which kind of messed me up as well. So yeah.
Yeah. And then my second question. You were really pushing hard in the race. We saw, you got penalties, but we saw you completely on the limit there. There were many times where you almost put it straight into the wall because you're that far on the limit. If you actually I have two questions in this question. First of all, if you kept it a bit cooler and sacrificed those few tenths just to keep the lap clean, do you think you could have won the race? And also, do you believe that any of those penalties you gained from track extension are motivated? Do you believe that they what's the word? Do you believe that they still stand, or do you believe that they will not, and now you're gonna have a word about it or something?
No, they should still stand. It was up to me that I exceeded the track limits, but I think that I don't think I would have won the race anyway. I was struggling to catch him, so yeah.
Okay, DXX.
Yeah, one thing that I really wanted to ask you, DXS, your pit at the end, were your hard tyres going to make the end of the race?
They were actually sitting on 70%, so I think it was possible to do another lap, but I knew that he had penalties and he had pitted the lap before, so I thought I'll have a clean opportunity. I didn't think he would be able to make up the time, so I just pitted just to make sure, to take out any doubt around the lap and play it safe.
Yeah, it also seemed that in that qualifying session afterwards, you started on the softs unlike many others who were on the mediums. After that lap 1 incident, it seemed that you were one of the only few drivers who stayed on the softs there. How did it what was your strategy after the restart with all the medium tire runners behind you? Did you decide to just push as hard as you could and then pit for the hard tires because of all the safety cars, or was something else going through your head at that time?
Actually, my strategy for the race was to go long on the softs and then pit onto the hards. So I kept my strategy. The only thing that went wrong was the early safety cars, because obviously I wanted to pull, I wanted to make up enough time before I pitted, and the safety cars kind of kept everyone bunched up. So after the restart, it was just basically push and see like how much damage limitation I could do. I think I got like 5 seconds or something, but my teammate pitted the same lap as me, so I actually got held up in the pits for another 5 seconds, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, that was unfortunate. And then when I came out, I saw I lost a lot of time, so it was just kind of pushed the whole time. And I thought on the same when they pitted, when they got onto the hards, I was quite confident that I could at least match them, that they wouldn't get into the DRS.
Yeah, we were definitely on the edge of our seats, seeing that lap counter go down and your tire wear going up. Did you have a bit of doubt in your strategy? That like, were you trying to conserve your tires, I'd say, to make it to the end, or did you trust that you pushing would bring your tires to the end?
Well, actually, I wanted to go a lot longer on the softs, but I kind of decided to just play it safe and pit early, and then I actually underfueled the car quite a bit, and I didn't make up enough of the fuel back. So a lot of the time I was coasting to the corners and running in lean. But as soon as I saw Charlie make up enough time, I think there was about a second that I was leaving, and when he made up that second, I would just go back into rich and then kind of pull a little bit and then go back into lean to save. But he kept pushing me, so he kept me honest. Huge respect.
Okay, so a last question for me, anyways. Charlie left, so we can't ask him this, but for you in Raceway, as we look into the race, you guys had really low ERS, about midway through the race, I'd say. Like, do you have a strategy when it comes to ERS in this track, or were you just deploying it when you thought it was needed?
I personally used quite a bit of it because my soft stint was a lot shorter than it was supposed to be. So I burnt it as quickly as I could because I wanted to make up that time. And then when I was on the hards, I was kind of using my ERS to help save fuel. So when I was in lean, I was using the ERS to just kind of get me a little bit more ahead of time. So that's why I didn't have enough ERS.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of an awkward one. To a certain extent, for most of the race, it's kind of a bit wasted. I was on my own. I had nothing to really chase in front because I knew I just didn't have the pace on DXS or Charlie, and then I had a massive gap behind. So, whilst I fairly early on, I try and use it to catch up to those ahead. But once that they were pulling away anyway, I don't need to use it, but also there's no point of it going to waste, so I'm under no pressure from behind. I don't need to save it to defend, so I might as well just use it down the straights.
You know what, actually one more question for me while we have the time. It's actually a pretty big, it's pretty just one for me personally. I think we all know as drivers, Monaco is the next track coming up, and it's going to be a really tough one. What's going to be your mindset, practicing wise and all strategy and all that? Right before the race, because it's going to be a big one in the season.
For me, I think I'm not really going to do much practice because I think I'm just going to get sick of Monaco otherwise. But I've done one race around there a couple of weeks ago, and just keeping my nose clean. That's kind of my motto for every race, but especially for Monaco, if you don't have to change your front wing, then you're going to do well.
That's pretty much all we've got. Yeah.
My bad.
Sorry, we're gonna have to. I'll let you finish DXS.
Okay, keep going.
Me?
Yeah. DXS, continue your answer.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I'm not looking forward to Monaco either, but I'm going to put. I think I'm gonna put enough practice in. I've missed a couple races already, so I need to take all the opportunities I can get to get some good points.
Fair enough. I am going to have to end it there. I've just lost connection to the lobby, but congratulations to the Parier. Anyone involved in any instance, please send it into the instance chat on Discord. As for Division 2, like I said, we are heading to Monaco next week. Provisional weather, actually 50-50 at the moment. Don't know whether it's going to be a bit of light rain or if we're going to have a nice dry track. In terms of the rest of the Nhrl activity, Division 1 taken to Monaco tomorrow. Still a couple of vacancies open there for the reserve drivers. If anyone wants to pop in, that'll be hugely appreciated. Weather for Division 1 will be dry tomorrow, and the race will also be at night, so I hope that's going to add a little bit of an extra spectacle. That's everything from me. Pitch, have you got anything you want to round up with?
I think this was a really interesting one. We're definitely on the edge of our seats, but it's only going to get better because Monaco next week's going to be really fun for me to commentate and drive, so I just can't wait.
Yep, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week in Monaco, and I will be on the grid as well. See ya.